Ladies and big, handsome, absolutely attractive, stunning men. You're all bloody well attractive. We are going to have a little bit of fun today, and we are going to show off the story of one of my coaching clients, Ravi. So Ravi here has been a coaching client of mine for a year and a half, almost 2 years at this point. A lot of you will know him as the moderator on our forums. On there, he goes by Making a Comeback. He has his own YouTube channel called Iron Will. And he has made some incredible changes over the last couple of years. So I just wanted to show off his transformation here, and I've gotten his permission to share this, and we're going to read out one of the posts, or a couple of the posts that he's made in the Facebook group, in the coaching group, recently, because he's come a hell of a long way in the last couple of years, and that is no more evident than in these before and after pictures. I mean, look at this chubby little man on the left. Look at this handsome devil on the right. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen. And the face transformation. He looks like a completely different human being. I've shown a couple of people this picture now, and everybody has said the same thing. It doesn't look like the same person. He looks like a different person. Even the body, but absolutely the face. So before, you can see he just doesn't look happy, and in his own words, he was absolutely miserable, suicidal. He's been on my channel before, by the way, and we've talked through his story, so go and check that out. Just search on my channel for the word Ravi. He's been on a couple of times, actually. We talked about how he lost his virginity when he signed up for coaching with me. We talked about what he did after that. He's had a lot of success with women. At this point, I think he's been with like 10 or 11 women in the last year, so he's been absolutely killing it, meeting some wonderful ladies, having a lot of fun, getting into the self-improvement. Another before picture here. But you can see he just had a lot of weight to lose. And in these after pictures, man, what an absolute transformation. What an absolute beast. He has worked so incredibly hard over the last 2 years. A lot of you know that because, you've seen him on the forums, you've read his log, and he keeps a detailed log of everything that he's done. But man, I want us to all give a big, massive shout out to Ravi. Ravi has worked his absolute balls off. He has gone through so much hell. I know a lot of his personal story, and I'm going to read some of that out in a second with his permission, obviously. He has gone through so much. And a lot of his journey mirrors my own. I see a lot of parallels between my own story, my own depressive years and the suicidal years and all of that sort of stuff. And Ravi went through the same thing. The years where I didn't think women would ever like me, Ravi went through the same thing. We've gone through a lot of, mental turmoil, each in our own individual way. And so I see a lot of myself in him. So big shout out to him. Let's all give him a big round of applause. Clap, 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 clap. He's done a hell of a lot. Now, recently he posted in our coaching program, because he's I've worked with him for about 2 years at this point, long-time member of the coaching program, and he made a couple of posts, and I asked his permission if I could share them. He's very happy for me to, so we'll go through and just read these out. Maybe I'll react to them as I read them out, but I wanted to sort of show you guys and girls some of the journey that he's been through and some of the hell that he's been through and how much he has just stuck it out. If I can sum Ravi up in one word, it would be tenacious. It would be, okay, this is 2 words, but never quits. He's just the king of hanging in there. So let's read out this post. Gratitude for the GOAT, King Andy. Isn't that nice? Sharing this as it's the 2-year anniversary of my journey tomorrow. I started my Kill Your Inner Loser journey at 7:44 a.m., March 21st, 2021. I love that he has an actual date and time. I think I have a date and time for when I started my journey, but God, I can't remember it. I love that he remembers that. I fucking love that. Today I got up, I visualized for 15 minutes, so that's something that he does every single morning. He looks at his vision board, he thinks about what he wants for the future and all of that. That's something that I recommend a lot of you guys do, or all of you guys do. So he says, staring at my vision board, all that I will accomplish. Heart was full, man. 6:07 a.m., out to watch the sunrise and perform 10 minutes of everything. Cup of coffee, body work, 6:30 out the door to listen to Andy's podcast for 1 hour. I had to stop to walk into an alley and fucking cry at 7 a.m. Why? Because this was how I started the journey, man. This exact spot, this exact time. I started my Kill Your Inner Loser forum account March 22nd, 2021. The previous 6 months, I was in a horrible position in life, man. Completely obese, drowning in doubt, toxicity, anger, resentment, bitterness, and I would sometimes have episodes of total existential dread, thinking my life was some sort of sick experiment. I used to feel exactly the same way. I really did when I was suicidal. Fuck, I hate these memories. Even writing this makes my skin crawl, but I want to share right now. I was doing well as a project manager and sincerely loved the work. This is a badass job and I will always be a PM project manager at heart. I am a project management nerd and I use it with all my clients. I still study. I still read effective practice. I still take certifications and talk with other project managers, on how we can deliver complex and large projects and bring out the best in people. But I was dying inside. Despite my workaholism, funnily enough, I threw myself into my own work as well. I became a workaholic when I was super depressed, and then I eventually got fired and just majorly depressed and suicidal. But yeah, work can cover some of that sort of stuff up. So despite the workaholism, the recognition awards, the promotions, I spent every morning, literally every morning for fucking months, getting up at 5 a.m. and walking for 3 to 4 hours before starting work, just listening to Andy's podcast. Because from following him on Good Looking Loser, I knew that he was the one. I knew Andy has something, and I knew that would be what would change my life. Maybe we'll talk about that in a second. I've done so much content on how I'm not the one, I'm not special. I've just taken action every day and not quit the same way Ravi has. And all of you can just copy that same template. I'm definitely not special, but I am happy to admit that I would have several hour mental dialogues with Andy when listening to the podcast, arguing with him in my head, resisting. You don't understand, dude. I am obese, a virgin, ugly, not worthy, a loser. I am just a workaholic nerd, too fucked up to be helped. This went on, I shit you not, for months. I often actually enjoyed getting up super early to fucking battle with Andy. I did it in the car to work. On the way back, I was a nutcase. On breaks, I would read the My Transformation story on his website. Yes, this was insane, but eventually the raw, hot, powerful emotions began to simmer down. It's like they had run their course. Truth is, from the get-go, the reason I got into self-improvement as hardcore as I did was because I watched Andy on Good Looking Loser go from a guy who was, like myself, fucked up, to becoming a positive and incredible person who is one of life's true helpers. And he killed literally all my excuses because he had the exact same sort of struggles that I did. For instance, Andy lost 77 pounds to my 75, etc. His approach anxiety was also really bad. Yeah. Yeah, it took me like 7 months to be able to even talk, like even hit on women properly. Like things like that I knew beyond doubt, so there was never any questioning. There is nothing you or anyone can say. Andy forged himself into who he is through a multi-year process of hard work, still going, obviously, and went through a lot of shit and stayed true to his principles. Over time, he won. There are few people in the world who are as excellent at producing change in other humans as Andy. Part of that cannot really be learned. He does have something inside, whatever it may be. Honestly, if I can sum it up, it's just not quitting. That's like the secret to success. I've said that a million times. I had to stop to cry to this morning because sometimes I just cannot believe that I found Killer in a Loser, that I had the opportunity to work with Andy and Cam, that so much happened for me, so many people went out of their damn way to help me, push me, and ingrain the principles of success into my psyche. The memories of all I achieved flood into my mind at moments, and I couldn't contain the emotions. I've had lots of days like that too. The feelings I had when I shed my weight and could fit into nice clothes. The feelings I had when I lost my virginity. Of moving to London and being surrounded by such opulence. What a fabulous word, opulence. Opulence means like wealth and rich and fancy shit. Coming from a small and boring town. The feelings that I had walking around incredible parts of London and approaching gorgeous women, thinking to myself, dude, how the fuck am I here? The feelings I had after getting lays. In April 2022, I had 3 lays within 1 week and 4 in 13 days. Sometimes these memories come back and knock me on my ass. I remember the summer in London, as the warm glow of the sun would flood through my apartment, and I knew the next day was just a few swipes away, and anything could happen. Went on 100 that year and loved this. Yeah, he went on like 100 dates, I believe. He went on like a shit ton of dates. He met like so many women, had so much fun. He didn't sleep with them all, obviously. I think he slept with like 10 or 11 women. But he really, really, really did practice dating and socializing and putting himself out there and just learning how to be around other human beings. I remember the feeling of excitement when my friends with benefits would text me, when me and my friend, and I've replaced the name of his friend here for anonymity, me and friend would make plans and life was so abundant, anything was possible. I remember the feelings I had when I would get up early in the summer and walk over to my balcony and watch the sunrise. Sometimes after lays, I would legit walk over naked and let the warm sunbeams hit me and just think, how the fuck did I do this? I was down and out, face in the concrete, done and dusted. 275 pounds, obese, anxious, and had severe depression, severe anxiety, other very serious issues, had a litany of health problems. Man, I was in hell itself, and it should have been impossible for me to achieve what I have so far. And yet I did. Because as fucked up as I was back then, because make no mistake, when I started working with Andy and Cam, I was hurting bad. But I made a cast iron commitment. He definitely did. No matter what it takes, and no matter how long and what it requires of me, I will do what these men tell me, and I will not stop until I succeed. Blind faith looks like betting the house on yourself, moving to the number one city in your country, going all in to achieve your goals that you literally think are impossible, such as how is a virgin going to get 10 lays in 1 year? He did it. How is a psychological mess going to beat his approach anxiety in 1 year? He did it. How is this fat guy going to get in shape? He definitely did that. 9 lays, 1 friends with benefits, did all sorts of crazy shit. 100 dates, 1,000 approaches, and then decided to kill the bigger and start the business journey. Even turned down sex with 3 girls last year because they didn't want to. Straight to crib offers, they were tourists wanting fast dick. I didn't even care. I was so blissed out and so abundant in my mind at some points that I thought it was a dream. These memories of how far I've come, of what I've accomplished, doing things I literally thought were impossible for me. Having this stuff in my brain is the greatest gift I could have given myself. And what's crazy is I am only going to become more successful from here. When the winner's mentality begins to start to crystallize in your subconscious brain, the game has effectively been won. If it takes years for this, then so be it. I work on this daily and will not stop until it's done. I truly believe anyone can achieve progressively bigger goals until they're elite. I believe I will do this myself. I am a humble man from dirt, nothing, and now, year after year, I've been succeeding, because anyone can. Final thoughts, goal achievement, the great equalizer. Once we start actually achieving goals, getting unstuck, and progressing in life, damn, dude, it overwhelms me. It just floors me that I am here right now. From a guy who was that obese, in and out of psych wards in his early 20s, on fucking antipsychotic medications, housebound, agoraphobic for 2 years, not leaving my damn room. Very similar to my fucking story. Very similar. To where I am right now. Fit, strong, able to work like a demon, able to crush goal after goal. So many friends who are elite men. I am not joking. My heart is just full. So many offers to do great things, to go to great places. Life is so abundant, it's insane. And becoming more successful, man, it is a process to be enjoyed. We are so lucky. Andy, you're the fucking man. From the bottom of my heart, dude, I love you to death. Definitely love you too, Ravi, man. Cam, same to you, dude. You made this happen. Without Cam, there's no kill, you're in a loser. That's definitely true. Without all of you listening and all of you watching, there's no kill, you're in a loser either. So let's make that clear. Thank you for continuing to bring out the best in us. When we're at the winner's table, first round's on me. Now, here's to making year 2 a year of fantastic success and achievement. Happiness, health, positivity, and inner peace. Your friend, Ravi. What an amazing post. Ravi writes some absolutely amazing posts in the coaching program, by the way. He really, really, really does. And I really love that story. I'm grateful to him for how much he's shared with all of us. I'm grateful for how hard he's worked to inspire, all of us. I am constantly in admiration of Ravi. If that's not clear, I'm it feels like such a privilege that he wants me to be his coach, that he's allowed me to be his coach for the last, I think it's been like a year and a half, 2 years at this point. It feels like such an absolute honor. I know Cam feels exactly the same. Almost every week we're inspired by something he does or, some big challenge that he overcomes. Right now his mission is working on business. He's already started his own business. Like, he's just doing amazing things. He's basically doing what I'm doing. He's doing coaching, and it's more like accountability coaching. So yeah, man, this guy has come so fucking far. It's really incredible. I'll read out another post that he made, and maybe I'll react a little bit more to this one. So he made this a couple of months ago, actually. And so some of this will be a little bit, similar to the one that we just read out. But I want to read this one out as well, because I really love the way Ravi writes. I love how grateful he is. I love how much he shares in his victories with everybody else around him. I love that he gives credit to other people, that he's very generous and selfless in the credit and like sharing the victories, because it makes people want to help you. And this is something that I've said to plenty of you. Try and share. I said it in a video like 2 days ago. Try and share as much of the credit as you possibly can. Like, in other words, be grateful to the people around you that have helped you. Say thank you to all the people that gave you advice, all the people that were there for you, all the people that listened. It makes them want to help you even more. It makes you feel good too, obviously. So, yeah, Ravi's a great person to work with. He really is. So this is an old post from a couple of months ago. He says, February 2021, I was obese and unemployed, dateless virgin with high anxiety, low confidence, and facing the concrete in my life, fucking down and out for the count, finished and borderline suicidal. I would go out for walks at 5 a.m. for 3 to 4 hours and listen to Andy's podcast every day and argue with him every word he said. No, you don't understand. I can't do this. I had a love-hate relationship with Andy at the time and just bitterly resisted what he said. But I couldn't argue because he was in the exact same position that I was, struggled with the exact same stuff and overcame it. There is nothing I or anyone else can say. There's no debate. I just had to accept what he said through gritted teeth. Just listening to Andy's content, I dropped my body weight from 275 pounds to 250 pounds. Eventually, the bastard drove me so crazy and caused me to stay awake at night reading his transformation story over and over. It's funny, I would read some of Good Looking Losers articles over and over and over and over again. And yeah, I understand the idea of like it driving you fucking crazy. You're like, if this guy did it, maybe I can too. And it takes you a little while to work up the courage to really start. It's why the motto on my website is, if I can do it, you sure as hell can too. Yeah, I want to make that really clear to anyone listening. Like, you can absolutely change your life. I'm not special. Ravi's not special. All the people that I have on my channel are not special. My coaching clients are not special. That's like the number one, maybe like the number two thing that people say when they're hesitant to sign up for coaching. They're like, I don't know if I'd fit in the group. I don't know if I'm the kind of person that could change. It's like, fucking hell, like every single one of you can change. So he goes on to say, I then joined the forums in March 2021. At that point, success was inevitable. I weighed 250 pounds and was so desperate that I begged the men there for help. Andy was one of the first people to post on my log, Cam also, and they immediately started pushing me. Yeah, I remember those days. I worked like a fucking animal fighting for his life. I gathered the strength to move out of my parents' house following Cam's coaching in November 2021. It took a bit of time, but by January 2022, I started getting laid and lost my actual virginity. The OGs will know what that means. Yeah, so if you search on my channel, just search for the word Ravi. I've done a couple of podcasts with him. He lost his virginity by seeing an escort, and we did an interview about that. It was a very transformative experience for him. He really enjoyed it. But then he later on went out and met a girl, like I think from cold approach, like he just talked to a woman in the street, I think, and slept with her. So he says, it is December 2022 now, and I am sat on the train going back to my parents' house where the journey began. I came to London a timid sheep. I am leaving a goddamn ferocious lion. I am not even close to my final form. Definitely true. He's come a hell of a long way, but he has so much potential. We all do. Like, I'm not finished with my self-improvement either. Remember, Andy has put in 8 solid years of self-improvement. I have done just 1. Yeah, this gets lost on people sometimes where You'll compare yourself to me, or you'll compare yourself to, the favorite person people are comparing themselves to now is Alex Hormozi. Any of you that are into entrepreneurship, people just compare themselves to him. You compare yourself to the people that are way ahead of you, and you forget, like, they've been doing this shit for like 10 or 15 years. In my case, I've been doing it for like 8 years of nothing but self-improvement. That's all I have focused on for 8 years. So if you're getting a little frustrated with where you're at, or if you find that I'm maybe more positive than you're usually able to be, or I'm just better at having sex than you, or maybe I make more money than you, it's like, I've been doing this for 8 years. I was a complete mess for the first like 3 years. So cut yourself some slack, basically. This is an elite red shirt year. And the term red shirt means like your rookie year, like your first year. I remember when I first joined the forum, Andy still had insecurities and things to work through. For example, he used to be triggered by Reddit comments. Yeah, I used to get really triggered by like negative comments on YouTube and Reddit and stuff like that. Like, I would be really bothered by it. Like, I wouldn't reply to them. I knew better than to reply, but like, I'd be upset for like a week if I got a negative comment. I really would. It was really difficult for me to be a YouTuber and to do content and to write articles and to share it on Reddit. It was this shit that I've like this form that I'm doing this in now was really difficult for me. It was so hard. Ravi goes on to say, now he doesn't give a shit. Yeah, that's true. At this point, I like negative comments because they usually have something interesting in there that I can learn from. Like, even the most negative comments, like, you should kill yourself. I'll like analyze that and be like, should I kill myself? Yeah, I remember when I used to think I should kill myself. Like, thanks for reminding me that I don't want to kill myself anymore. Like, you just gave me a happy memory. Thank you. So yeah, I like negative comments now. I prefer positive comments, obviously. It is inevitable that I too will be where he is. Yep, of course, you all will if you just are willing to put in 8 years of self-improvement. It might not take that long. You can probably do it quicker than me. I've been very slow with my self-improvement. I've been really slow. I am like the definition of the tortoise. But yeah, you can all do what I've done. He deserves all the success he has. He worked his fucking ass off and has given insane value to the world. I'm living proof. All of his students like me will then do good things in the world, and together the sum total of our impact will be a positive influence in this world. Yeah, that's my goal. That's definitely my mission, is to help you all improve as much as you possibly can so you can pay it forward and help other people. Because that's all I'm doing really here. Like, Good Looking Loser, a lot of people like that, all the books I've read, all of those authors and all the people that helped me, my family, my parents. So many people have helped me, and my mission here is to just pay that back out of gratitude. So I definitely would like all of you to do that as well. A reminder to you all, this group coaching program works like nothing else. It's a very good program. It's a very good program. I'd say probably 80% of the reason it's so good is the members, like all of you who sign up. Like, it's a very supportive, welcoming, pushing, amazing program. Like everybody in there is amazing. But you need to show up, ask for help, share, be vulnerable, open up, talk to Andy and Cam, listen, and humble yourself. I know I will have to eat humble pie many more times in my journey because I will grow past where I am and I will see the forest for the trees in many domains. For sure, yeah. I like to say life is a constant process of realizing that you used to be a dumbass. And when I say used to be, I mean like 5 minutes ago you're a dumbass. Like, we're just constantly realizing that the beliefs that we've had may not be true, or the stories that we've been telling ourselves may be bullshit, or we've been holding ourselves back with limiting beliefs. Yeah, this journey is just a constant process of like, damn, I can't believe I used to think that. Or I can't believe I didn't know that. Now I do know it. Holy shit, my entire life is going to be different. So yeah, you're constantly eating humble pie. I've talked about this many times. If you can if you can humble yourself enough to always be the student and always be willing to learn rather than the expert. I myself, by the way, try not to be the expert. I'm not here sitting here telling you I'm an expert. I'll make it very clear I'm just a guy that's done some stuff and I'm trying to tell you what's worked for me. Doesn't mean it's the correct answer. I'm not ever going to be the expert. But if you can try and be the student and humble yourself to be in that position, you just learn infinitely more because you don't have to sit there and like eat humble pie. You were already humble to begin with. It's just a much more efficient way of going through life, not trying to be the expert who knows everything. Just be the open-minded student who wants to improve, who wants to learn, who wants to grow. Like, never really, as best you can, never say that you know something, because half the time when you say you know something, you end up being wrong 6 months later and you look like a fucking dumbass. So Yeah. That's how this goes, man. All of you men in the program, I implore you to keep pushing, and when the pain comes, let it hit, because on the other side of that shit is success and the victory you are looking for. Ravi. Amazing post. Let's show this man again one more time. Look at these before and after pictures. This guy has just gone through absolutely the battlefield, and he has done so much to work on himself. This is obviously only his physical appearance. What you can't see, although if you've listened to the interviews I've done with him, it is pretty apparent. His mental headspace has changed so much. He used to be so negative. He used to hate women. He used to have such a negative mindset towards women, and we've slowly gotten rid of that and shaved all that off and shown him that, like, dude, women are really sweet. Women are nice. Like, a lot of that bitterness, I'd say at this point, probably most of the bitterness, almost all of it has gone. He's very genuinely loving with all of us, with other men, with friends, you know, all of that kind of stuff. Very loving with women that he dates. He's come a hell of a long way. He's a really genuinely lovely guy, and I really want the best for him. He's done such incredible things. It's, like I said, it's been an honor being able to work with him. I can't believe sometimes that I wake up and he pays me to be his coach. Like, this guy is just an absolute inspiration. So, what can you learn from Ravi? I'd say more than anything, the one thing you can take away from Ravi's story is just hang in there. Even in those moments where you want to quit, even in those moments where you feel like giving up. You can take away the same message from my story as well, my transformation, but Ravi is the king of just hanging on and not quitting when he really, really, really has those low moments, because Ravi's had a million low moments. It's very easy to look at this and go, wow, look at that transformation. Isn't he amazing? You don't understand how many low moments that he's had, and I've been there for all of them. Like, he's continued to move forward despite the doubts, despite the insecurities, so many moments where he was like, why am I even doing this? I should quit. Like, nobody likes me. You know, I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to lose all the weight. This is frustrating. Women are never going to like me. You know, I'm never going to make it. All the moments that he's broken down, there's been a lot of them, and there have been a lot of moments that I have broken down as well, like lots. Hundreds of times he's bawled his eyes out. God knows I bawled my eyes out hundreds of times. Happens less so now, but even now I still have plenty of insecurities and doubts and moments I don't think I'm going to make it. But Ravi is just the king of continuing to push forward, even when he wants to quit. And there's been a lot of those moments. So any of you listening, you can absolutely do the same shit that he's done. Please don't think he's some special beast or that he's done some amazing thing or he's like a super hard worker or something. He wasn't at the start. He really wasn't. I definitely wasn't either. Ravi probably works like 5 times harder than me. Like, I'm pretty fucking lazy. Like, if you want to emulate him or myself or anyone else that you know, maybe respect, you don't have to be this absolute perfect human being. All you really have to do is give yourself permission to suck at the start. Ravi definitely did that. Do a little bit every single day. If you miss a day here or there, that's okay, but try and do something every day. Just something small every day to move yourself forward towards your goals, and don't quit. That's it. And Ravi definitely has nailed that last one. Like, you know, like I said, if you can take one message away from his story, it's don't fucking quit. Obviously, if you'd like to hang out more with him and myself and Cam and all of the other guys in the coaching program, I'll leave a link in the description below. So if you sign up for the coaching, you basically get to be coached by Ravi. Like, how fucking amazing is that? Or like, you know, him as an accountability partner in the coaching program. Jesus fucking Christ. So absolutely worth it. I'll leave a link to that, but, you know, copy his story, emulate his story. He's done so much to move himself forward, even in those moments where he wanted to quit. You guys can copy that. You guys and girls can copy him. As always, you know what to do. Go out there and crush your goals. I tell you what, we're going to finish on this. Let's finish out. Let's fade out with this beautiful man. Go out there and crush your goals just like Ravi has.